Thank you. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now, but I am going to say hi and welcome to Meetup on Purpose. So we're at the Lafayette Library, and I have a group of friends in commerce here with me. We are sharing information about the new gig economy and how to join it and how to work in it. And we're going to answer questions. We're going to introduce what it's all about. And I've got my exciting guest, Kelly Casbeek, who's here with a song in her heart. And she's gonna share a little surprise with us. But let me kind of help everybody get their bearings, because what I'm doing is I'm recording, and we are going to. This is our really inaugural live teleclass, but we are doing live podcasts from Meetup coming up, where we're actually going to be broadcasting with video live with our friends in commerce at our gig economy users group, to help people to tell their story. So if you come to our meetups, we're going to let you get on camera. We'll let you be interviewed when you're ready. No rush. When you're ready, if you're ready, and at the end, you don't have to. No obligation, just fun. And then at the end, anybody who comes gets to do their little infomercial at the end of the live podcast. Because what we're really, really looking for, number one, is to create friends in commerce, as they say, to create collaborations of all kinds. That's how I've been very successful. I've had my own gig since 1980. So, to me, gigging is in my genes. It's in my DNA. And so I'm never afraid of it, and I really embrace it. To other people who look at a gig as insecure, to me, it's absolute security. And to me, having a job, I work for NBC, major corporation in New York. We're only as good as your last show for 10 years. To me, that was terrifying, being the big corporation, and having a boss where you're in a business that is subjective, and your boss who hires you, he loves you. He thinks you're the coolest guy ever, and you love him and everything. But then he gets fired, and he moves on. New boss comes in. He thinks you're an idiot, okay? And it's subjective. And so you go, no, I'm not an idiot. Yes, you are. I think you're an idiot, so you're an idiot. Well, when it's a gig economy, you're making money, and the scoreboard is money, if you're good or not, okay, by, are you bringing money? So to me, that's not terrifying. That's when I really feel like I'm on solid ground. So what we want to do, and I told everybody who's going to ask this question, I'm going to ask it for real now, because this is part of the education of this, part of the fun of it. But I'm going to ask this group right now, how many of you know what the gig economy is, and already believe, I should say, that this is the future of wealth and work, and vital to learn if you want to succeed from today on in your earning life? How many of you here believe that this is important? Show of hands. Okay. Everybody. That's why you're here, right? Pretty obvious. Right. Okay. So now, for the rest of you, or for you listeners, because there'll be new people as we grow and grow, we have a meetup group. This is what we call a feeder meetup. Okay, so we have a meetup organization with 72,497 members, and it's growing exponentially. It's growing every 20 minutes, a new member, 24/7, 365, because of one of my meetup marketing partners, Sunil Bhaskaran, okay? He's the genius of Meetup. So for the rest of you who are not believers yet, I promise that I'm going to share with you just a tiny fraction of the documentary research I've been doing on this new economy to share with you until you say out loud, okay, Mike, I'm sold. Now, what are the next steps? What do we need to do to begin to help you to learn and profit from what the media are calling, not Mike, the media are calling it the meteoric explosion, not rise, explosion called the gig economy. That's what I'm going to talk about. And if you're not ready, then join me for research later on, and I'll go to I just got this finished. This is part of what I was telling you. I was killing myself on. Okay, I just got it done. If you go to the first day that it's really ready to go, if you go to meetuponpurpose.com, I'll explain why that name, very important to me. If you go to meetuponpurpose.com, there's a sign-in page right there at the top. You sign in, name, email, mail, etc., and then you'll be able to get our ongoing hopefully earn while you learn, learn at your own pace, coaching and podcasts, teleclasses, live meetups, etc. you'll be open to gaining all of that and becoming one of our friends in commerce, being a charter member of the gig economy users group while it's still free. It's not going to be free forever, and this is one of the opportunities for you guys. So, you guys are charter members, but this is really a ground floor opportunity. And I'll tell you straight up, I've been very, very successful for a long, long time because one stupid reason. I'm not smart enough to figure out my own business model, so I find a business model that I think is totally cool to model after. And I strongly recommend that you do as well. The guy that I've chosen, you may know, his name is Greg Glassman. Who knows the name Greg Glassman? Anybody? Nobody. Kelly? Kelly. Okay. Greg Glassman is the founder of CrossFit. Who knows the name CrossFit? Okay. CrossFit is, to me, such a cool company model because they are all about making it your lifestyle. Fitness, you live it, eat it, breathe it, over the top, really go for it. I love that attitude. That's how I live. I mean, this is what I would be doing if I won the lottery. I work really hard because, to me, it's not work. This is what I love doing. I love the technology. I love explaining. That's what Alvin Toffler says is the big number one need today. It's not speakers. It's not salesmen. It's explainers. And to me, an explainer is a fusion of the traditional definition of a salesperson plus a platform speaker who explains things or maybe does a keynote speech or something like that. An explainer is because our community, our nation is getting so much more complicated. And frankly, does anybody think that it's easier to find the truth on the Internet today or more difficult than ever to find the truth? So ours is a quest for truth, okay, what's real. And that's why Friends in Commerce and Meetup is more important than ever. We'll get together in person, look each other in the eye, make a commitment to each other, to show up, to be friends, to learn, to share. My favorite statement about me by one of my clients was, Mike will hold your hand when it's appropriate, like today, kick you in the butt when you need it, and tell you what's real and what's not real. And I don't know if you can do any more than that. That's just being a friend. That's just being real. So, and I'm a researcher, so I'm pretty good at finding out what's real and what's not real. And I want to be transparent with everybody. So let me tell you what we want you to learn. But before I do, let me bring in Kelly Casby. And she tells me. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Kelly, okay? Kelly is such an energetic delight, because this is radio, so I have to describe her for you since we're not doing a live podcast. Her energy, she just beams. And when I met Kelly, I was speaking at a conference that the County of Contra Costa had put on, the City of Pleasant Hill, John F. Kennedy University, and a few other groups all came together, and I'm speaking. And Kelly comes up, and everybody kept going, oh, Kelly, there's Kelly. Oh, she gets everything done. Kelly, you want anything done? Kelly, Kelly, Kelly. And it was just like, wow, who's this powerhouse? And so then I met Kelly, and because she came up to me, she was a self-starter. I mean, I didn't have to seek her out, and that's what we look for. To be an entrepreneur, you want to be a self-starter or find people that can help you to become self-starters and be, again, you're going to hear me say these things a few times, but I want them to sink in. And the two ways to learn are shock and repetition. So, 50% of every book ever bought is never read because people don't show up for their own best intention. They buy the book for a good intention, but then they don't read it. So I got to applaud all of you guys for showing up for yourself with your own good intention for being here today, as did Kelly. So, Kelly, now your background is in helping people get traditional employment. That's what your study and your background, your employment is. And you've had various positions throughout the county of Contra Costa about how to help people do that, but you're also a musician. So I want you to kind of do your own little introduction of, and maybe you have a business model or somebody you'd like to model after, or a company you'd like to model after. It could be a band or whatever. Kelly is gigging, and she's going to tell us about her upcoming gig too, so we'll do a little promo here for Kelly. So why don't you take it over, take the mic, and introduce yourself and a little bit about why you're here.
Okay. Well, I do have a gig next week. I have a band called The Subtleties, and we are playing at the Rivertown Jamboree in Antioch from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. next Saturday, October 7th. So come on down. It's a free event, family-friendly. They're going to have vendors and boats and all kinds of great things. So we'd love to see you at Antioch Jamboree next Saturday, October 7th, from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. But I'm still kind of figuring out what I want to do. I mean, I love to help people. I love to connect people with the resources they need, using my creativity, my love for singing. And
speaking of your love for singing, you told me that you created a little, you got to get the mic over here, so you have to be mic conscious here. So you created a little song intro.
Oh, yeah, a little theme song
today, so hit it.
Okay, well, I need everybody's help. Can everybody snap with me? Hello and welcome everybody to the Lafayette Library today. Mike Hayes is here to answer your questions from 10 a.m. to noon every Saturday. Drop by and see him. He's your friend in commerce for whatever you need. Let's meet up on purpose. Tell us your story and we'll help you succeed.
Yeah. How about that? No, that's talent, folks. That's talent. That's a gig, okay? So that's energy. Good job. That was very cool. Very cool. So that's what we want to do. So let me tell you some of the things that we want to help you to learn. And I'd like you to, we're all friends in commerce here, guys. So you guys will become more verbal as we go along here in our meetings because we'll become friends. That's the plan. So let me tell you a little bit about how to be a better competitor in the gig economy. Now, to me, it's all about the best way to compete is as a friend in commerce. And so I don't say that lightly. We call it Meetup on Purpose because we want to help you to use your purpose in life, find it, use it, make money with it. And so, to me, I don't care who your competitor is. The best way, because to me, there are adversaries in commerce too. And I don't look at your competitors as an adversary. I look at our adversaries as false narratives that are leading people to misunderstand things, where they are, what's going on. Because if you look at a competitor as not someone to dislike, because I do believe we all have to still treat, our neighbor as we love ourselves, okay? So you still want to love your competitor. You could just disagree with them, make the enemy. But if they're teaching things that are not correct, that's the enemy, not them, to me. And so there are things that we want to help people to get a better understanding of, no doubt. But to me, the best way to be the best competitor is to look at your competitor as the person that you want to be better than. You want to do a better job. You want them to motivate you. I'm going to cream them, man. I'm going to be so much better than them. They're not even going to have a prayer. So you use that as motivation. Bring the best you, the best offer that you possibly can to the table. So to me, that's part of being a friend and the best competitor you can be. So what I want to do over time, I want to help people do self-paced learning, get in where you fit in. Over time, learn how to make money or monetize. I hate using marketing terms, make muscle unless you make money, with what you already know. I'm a long-time broadcaster, but now we're in the digital age where everybody's a broadcaster, everybody's a marketer, and that's one of the things that, I don't know, I'll call him, what do I call Alvin Toffler? He's not my teacher, he's an author, but he's a guru, I guess. Okay, I'll call him my guru, even though I've never met him, but I've read him. Great futures. I'm going to explain how to design, create, and share your signature story digitally in the new economy. Alvin Toffler, when he saw eBay, he said, eBay has made all of us marketers. And it's true. Now we've all become marketers. And if you're not good at marketing, no problem. That's what the gig economy is about, because part of the gig economy is being a seller. Part of the gig economy is being a buyer. So you can go on Fiverr and buy somebody to help you tell your story through a video or whatever for as little as $5. So, anybody can get into this once you really learn that it's multi-sided, there's good and bad of it, and we started the Gig Economy Users Group because there are good and bad to it. So we're not just pure advocates for the gig economy, but we want to help you to understand it so you can learn how to control it. I'll explain why the gig economy is the freelancer economy. It's called the gig economy, the on-demand economy, the shared economy. I mean, the names that this thing is being called are as long as your arm. I did think of a story today, a quick story. But wow, what a story it was! What a life-changing story it was! And what I really want to teach you guys to do is your eyes right now and ears are your best defense against failure. Okay, let me explain the story. I was living in New York, and it was a Friday night, and I was out with this luckily beautiful girl, and we came out of my apartment. I'm walking her to her car, and all of a sudden, two guys in ski masks come up. They kind of circle, one from here, one from there, and demand our money. And we're standing there with guns on, and I've always taken the path of less traveled. And so the way I came to this conclusion during this robbery was that I decided I needed the discipline of learning Buddhism to become a better Christian. Go figure. But anyway, so anyway, part of learning Buddhism is that's when I learned that you're either control a situation or you're controlled by a situation. So at that moment, my Buddhism kicked in, because they're all hot and bothered over this girl now. And so they're telling us to get in her car, and I'm going, yeah, we're going to get in her car, you're going to rape her, drive us out to New Jersey, boom, boom, and drop us in some swamp in New Jersey. So that's what's flashing through my head. And so I immediately said, okay, guys, you've got everything we're going to give you. We're not going to get in the car, so take what you've got and leave now. So these two guys go. They look at each other and go, okay, but if you start making a noise, we're going to start shooting back here. And so they leave. I pulled her down next to her car and hoping they're not shooting back at us, okay? And that's when I realized that the best defense that you have in New York City are your eyes. I should have seen those guys. If I'd had my eyes up and looking around, believe me, I never walked down the street in New York, without scanning, for on the horizon, okay, what's coming, danger, and being aware. So that's my advice to you. Start using your eyes. Create Google alerts for the gig economy. Start looking for it. Look for those words, gig economy, thinking it, watching for it. It's going to come up everywhere. Once your awareness goes up, you're going to become much more aware about what the opportunities are. So that's a big piece of advice, okay, is use your eyes to watch for stuff, learn stuff, listen for stuff, be involved in stuff, and show up for your own good intention. So I'm going to explain why the new economy is the freelancer gig economy, why it's called the on-demand gig economy. I'll explain how to use Meetup to build your ideal audience exponentially, and why the difference between the haves and the have-nots are the people who are truly have the biggest entrepreneurial spirit and mindset. They're not just posting a gig on Fiverr and selling it for $5. You can't make any money doing that. That's not a good thing. Okay, that's when you have your buyer hat on. You buy from the people selling. They want to sell their work on Fiverr. Great, I'll buy it. I'll be an arbitrage guy. If I can buy something for $5, to resell, people put together groups of giggers on Fiverr and sell a package. Okay, they mark it up and sell a package. So you can be a smart buyer to promote yourself or to find the things that you're going to sell, package it together, and resell it. But the people that are making money, and I'm talking about 100,000, 500,000, $1 million, they are on Meetup. They are leaders, okay? And that's why I brought Sunil Bhaskar on, who's just an absolute genius, and Mike Driggers, to teach people how to be leaders, okay? You can't. I've been a thought leader in two different industries. I was a thought leader in the direct response TV infomercial industry, according to DRTV News and direct marketing newspaper, and then in the crowdsourcing, crowdfunding industry, according to crowdfundbeat.com. And now I truly want to be a thought leader in the gig economy, and I want all of your support, and I want to be there, because in Buddhism, you're a leader by being underneath people and pushing up. You're not out in front, but you can't be in the back in the military and lead, right, Ken? So you have to be the guy up front, and so I'm willing to be the Greg Glassman of the direct response industry. He's a controversial character. I get this is a controversial industry. I'm not afraid of controversy. Controversy is not inherently wrong. It's just controversial. There are always going to be people who are right and people are wrong, so that's controversy, so that's fine. But I want to teach you guys how to create a steady Eddie gig economy income and get off the roller coaster earning model. that you've probably already been on. It's not going to disappear. It's probably going to get a lot worse. So I strongly urge you to stick with it. Keep learning at your own pace. It's self-paced learning, but just keep after it. Even if you have a steady job right now, you want to learn the gig economy and how to learn to transition your mindset from job seeker only to change your self-image. I quit smoking when I changed my self-image from a smoker to a non-smoker when I was 26 years old. I saw myself as a non-smoker. I never needed anything else but changing that self-image. Then I became, in my mind, I'm a non-smoker. Why would I want a cigarette? I've never wanted a cigarette again in my life. So once you change your self-image, it's so powerful. Just don't define yourself by who you thought you were. Just open your mind to what you can be. See yourself as a multifaceted earner. Get off that roller coaster and look at spreading your risk into the gig economy. Does that make sense so far? I don't mean to just blah, 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 but this is the first show I've done, so I'm blah, 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 blah. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, good. I'm getting head nodding. Thank you for that. What else do I want to teach you? I want to teach you how to use Meetup. And Meetup, talk about not defining things. If you thought you knew what Meetup, man, was, forget it. It's changed. It's not just about a meeting like this. It's about Meetup.com, which now lets you do webinars and teleclasses and all kinds of great stuff. So Meetup, there's a thing called a property of closure. If you look at a hammer as just a hammer, it's a hammer. But if you look at it as a weight, you can put on a string and create a pendulum. That means you don't have the property of closure. You can look at things in different ways and see different things. That's how you look at Meetup. It's now a media, okay? You can use it as a media to find your ideal audience, okay? So we're going to hold group networking meetups for you. So that if you don't want to hold your own meetup, you can put on your story on Meetup.com, invite them to our group networking meetups. We're all just networking together. Then you get credit for that, and then Meetup will let you do a webinar, okay, or a teleclass. But you're using Meetup.com to say, this is who I am, this is what I've got. So the people who are watching Meetup feeds that out to millions of people. And people go, I'm interested in that. Like Joseph, who belongs to our Sing group, he's interested in Bitcoin. If he posts on Meetup.com, people go, Joseph, I'm interested in Bitcoin. So I advertised for 15 straight years in USA Today to get people to go, I'm interested in learning how to sell my product on TV or on media, okay? That's my audience. Then I'd send them my audio book, tell my story, and they would send me anywhere from, $7,500 to $8,000 from all over the world. That was before I joined the digital age and had an ad agency and people and human resources and all that. So we're going to teach that. I teach you how to use your newfound and growing knowledge on the on-demand gig economy, 4 minutes, and as your competitive advantage to draw more people to you, your audience, and even outperform the far more experienced but out-of-date competitors by using your knowledge, your newfound knowledge of the gig economy to attract people that are looking for work, looking for incomes, looking for jobs. I cannot emphasize this enough. This is why our meetups, whatever your gig is, are important to you. Use our knowledge of the gig economy to draw people to your meetup. Do you see what I'm saying there? How this can be a turbocharger for your gig? Because you got a gig, you want to teach people how to market something. But say to them, when you could say to them, you got to learn how to market something. It could be yourself. But if you want to market my stuff, come and I'll teach you why you need to learn how and in the gig economy. So you want to really use the allure of learning this new economy to help you to market your gig. And I'll explain that in more detail either later on or as we go along. How to teach top earners to use powerful collaborations with us and with others. I'll teach you, and I should probably jump ahead here to this. And I have to say this. I don't mean to brag about it, but I'm just going to say it. I live in a $2.5 million compound on the border of Walnut Creek and Lafayette that I built out of gig money, okay, through my own gig. So this is not just driving for Uber and, or selling something for $5. This is how to make serious money. And I did it through collaboration. So that's why we're here. That's why we're doing meetups and Friends in Commerce. You guys start there and get to know each other so you can do collaboration. So I'm saying the sky's the limit, and we want to help you to understand what are the best practices. And I want to teach you, how to see what we're looking for are motivated collaborators. You may not be ready to collaborate with us yet, but by joining us and participating and you can find what you do like to do in the new economy and what you don't like to do in the new economy. It is now 10:59. Kelly, one more time, your gig.
My gig is helping other people to find what makes them grow and thrive and to help them to succeed.
Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us for our first TeleClass directly. And, I'm going to teach you guys. Now, this is free conference call. They even have a paid version called Start Meeting. But I wanted to demonstrate it with free conference call because it's free, okay? How to use free resources from your phone to create a gig, for your gig worldwide. I want to teach you guys how to do this and how it's recorded on free conference call. We just got 30 minutes of content recorded. That is a product, okay, for the digital age and the gig economy. So thanks for joining us today on our first live not from New York, but from Lafayette. Any final questions, guys, real quick? That's a wrap. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. Oh, thank you for that, for the applause. All right, thanks for joining us, guys. And I'm Mike Hayes, and you can learn more and join us by going to meetuponpurpose.com, and sign up for our information. I look forward, and you can sign up for a quick free meeting with me up at the top button on that page, and I'd be happy to talk to you one-on-one and help you find your gig in the new economy. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.